YouTube, what's going on? For the second time today, we live with it. Check in right quick, make sure everything's straight. Yeah, what's going on, YouTube? Wanted to make a quick follow-up video regarding my purchase from earlier. Maestro Metals, yo, what's going on? Thanks for joining, man. Uh, Today, well, right now I want to go live and I want to speak about my purchase earlier. So if you've seen my short from earlier, you see that I was boasting an 1890 Morgan dollar that I had just got from my shop, my local shop. Uh, I typically have three local coin shops that I like to go with. Very reliable people, very reasonable prices. Obviously, I do have one particularly that I do like more. But anywho, I was at the shop and honestly, man, I there is a lot of other things that I could be spending my money on right now rather than silver or gold. But as a I consider myself still kind of a novice stacker because I'm only like a year in. But man, as a real stacker, man, it takes nothing for me to want to go and buy some silver or gold, man. It's literally like in my blood at this point, bro. I will spend all my money on gold and silver, knowing I still have a bill due. You know what I mean? The rent is due, and I'm spending all the money on silver still. Man. I got a problem right now. But anywho, I was in the shop and I was just kind of talking to him. You know what I'm saying? Just looking around, see what he had. He didn't really have too much out at the moment. Uh, and I was just inquiring about some of the things he had, and he didn't have much going on. He did have some gold grams in there, but like I said, I didn't really have any money to spend. I was just in there trying to find something maybe I could find for just trying to be cheap, but I still wanted to acquire some type of gold or silver, right? So I was looking for a half a grams. He didn't have any of those. The full grams he actually was good on today. He only wanted like 175 bucks today for the 1 gram gold bar. So that was love right there because you can't find them online for nowhere near that. But there, in the midst of us talking, because I'm procrastinating, right? I mean, I'm talking to him. We usually have extended conversations about where the market is going, but I'm kind of procrastinating at the same time because I'm trying to determine in my head, like, do I want to spend my last couple of dollars right now, knowing I don't need to? You know what I'm saying? It's like I said, something wrong with me. But in the midst of us having our conversation and whatnot, um, in comes a guy and a woman with this 1890 Morgan dollar. And from the way that they walked in and was talking about it, I could already tell that they didn't really know what they had, or they knew that it was valuable, but they not stackers, right? You could tell they don't stack silver and whatnot. They just probably found it and realized it looking unique and looked it up and found out that it was worth more than its face. So in came them two inquiring about it to my guy, and my guy checks it out and whatnot, and just basically lets him know, like, man, he pulls out a drawer from up under his table and shows the guy and the woman who's inquiring about selling that Liberty, no, not Liberty, the Morgan dollar, and he pulls a jar from under the table, basically full of Morgan dollars, just telling him, like, man, I can't really sell my own Morgans. So basically, my the guy in my shop was telling them that he couldn't buy the Morgans. Well, if he did, he would have to kind of lowball because it's hard for him. It's hard enough for him to get rid of his mortgage that he had already. So in the midst of them talking numbers and whatnot, I'm in the background and I'm trying not to ease. I can hear the conversation, but I'm trying not to hawk too hard though, because in my head, once my shop tells the guy what he's willing to offer him for his Morgan dollar, it blew my mind. He said, "How much would you give me for this Morgan?" And my shop owner told him 35 bucks. $35 is what he told him he would give it to him for. And in my head, I'm thinking, like, man, that's kind of crazy though. Like $35 for a Morgan. I know they worth a lot more than that. So man, and I'm like, man, like, and the craziest part was that even after he told him $35 for the Morgan, the guy was willing to take it. The guy was willing to take it. So in my head, I'm thinking like, man, I would give him, I would give him probably $50 for it if I had to. You know what I mean? So in my head, I don't want to be like one of those customers that try to step on your toes. I'm in your shop. You know what I mean? I got mad respect for my guy in his shop. So I didn't. The last thing I wanted to do was just be in his shop and trying to step on his toes when he trying to make a purchase or whatever they're doing business. But my guy, he was pretty adamant about having the drawer full of Morgans, and he really didn't need it. So I kind of said something. I felt kind of corny when I said it. I ain't gonna lie. I said something. I'm like, oh, if he don't want it, I'll be it. You know what I'm saying? And the guy who was trying to sell it turned around and looked at me like, you know what I'm saying? Basically, like, yeah, I'm listening, but I had to make sure my guy was cool with it. So I'm letting him know, like, it's only if you guys are not about to do the business, right? It's only if y'all not doing the business. If y'all are doing the business, I don't want to get in between that. And luckily for me, my guy Ken was just like, hey, go ahead. I don't got no need for it. So I offered the guy 40 bucks for it, and obviously he took it. So that's how I came up on the $40 Morgan today, and also gave my guy like $5 just for letting it slide, man. It's just an appreciation. But so basically, I spent 45 right for the Morgan, and man, you can't beat that for real. That was the biggest steal of the year. I know last year I had a situation where I ended up paying like 100 below. I ended up saving like $100 on a golden eagle, man. I called into a shop and the guy quoted me up with an unbelievable price, and I pulled up and the price was the same for the conversation. And yeah, I made a video on that too, man. That was crazy. That was crazy. Maestro Metals, have you ever came up on any like super deals when it comes to, you know what I'm saying, grabbing some bullion? Cause I find myself coming across a lot of crazy deals lately, and I won't say it's luck. I won't call it that. But once you press that button for so long, man, you're gonna get a reaction out of it soon enough. He said, "Yep." What do you what do you stack mainly? You stacking mainly gold, silver. I want to have a conversation about another metal that I just learned about earlier. Um, let's see, what's the name of this metal? It's crazy because I never heard anybody talk about it. I've never heard it. I've never seen any bullion for it or anything. But let's see, what is the name of this metal? I think it started with like an L or something. I have to watch that video again just to get the name of it, man. But it's crazy because it's used so widely, and the demand for it is like it's going up just like copper. It starts with an L. What you think about the constitutional, bro? Because it's one thing that obviously you can accumulate more ounces for behind spot with the constitutional, But when you turn around to sell it, it's like they smack you even harder because they go back even more when you try to get your return for the constitutional. So what's up with that, man? I don't really rock with that. I like the constitutional though. I like it. I love the idea of it. You know what I mean? Especially in like a barter situation, you wouldn't have to worry about breaking down a whole ounce and whatnot. But the fact that well, you know what, that shouldn't really bother me that much anyway, because I don't plan on selling any of my metals at all. I just don't plan on selling at all. So whatever when it comes to that. Okay, that's a win. I think one of my shops might be willing to do that. I have a pretty cool shop. They known for just being super reasonable, especially because they know they got majority of their materials. Uh, Last year, when it was about 20, 30 an ounce, they acquired a lot of silver around that time. So they not really looking to try to hit us over the head with any crazy premiums or anything. But I'm gonna have to look into that though. I'm gonna call around tomorrow, maybe, and just ask about some pricing. How much are they paying for the constitutional? And somebody say the right thing, I might I might sell something. I might sell something. Oh man, what time is it? 10:50. All right, I'm about to end this live session to start this other video. Hopefully, I can put it out tonight. Maestro Metals, thanks for joining, bro. I appreciate you, man. Go subscribe if you ain't subscribed. I will subscribe back, and hopefully, let's do some content together soon, or join the live session and drop some knowledge for these people, man. I'll see you guys later, though.